Hello, my name is AJ Howard, and I am talking about my pledging experience as part of the Delta Pledge class of SEC. Currently in the stairwell of my dorm, kind of an awkward place. Hopefully, people don't come. But yeah, so pledge quarter, pretty interesting. I guess I'll just give my background heading into it. I never really heard of SEP before. Um, this quarter, and I'd known Asa before. We kind of met by chance. We're both members of board club, and we have been talking, and I'd been working on getting home from college for a bit, and then when spring rolled around, he just like, hey, come to Rush, and so figured, hey, Asa's a pretty cool guy, pretty smart dude. If he's part of something, maybe it's worth checking out. Got there, and I really liked the people. I really felt that it was like a strong group of diverse people, which is obviously sounds really cliched, but I was just really impressed by what everyone had accomplished, and to like just have such a smart group of people coming together towards one common goal with different skills. I think you don't really find that other places around campus. You know, you have different sort of clubs and communities like UBS or like my frat or like the business frats, but I find that some of these groups on campus, not necessarily, like, in different ways, are just not as diverse in one way or another. Either whether it be by major or race or, the way they, just approach things. And I think that diversity is really important in a lot of ways. So without sounding too cliched, that really attracted me to the group because, I think that different ideas can spark, great ideas when you put it all together. After that, found myself, I was a pledge, and I really didn't know what to expect from the pledging process. I'd been a pledge before, and I knew it was time intensive and stuff, and that was actually one of my big worries coming into this was it wasn't so much that I didn't want to spend the time, it was did I have the time? I had just been starting a new job, and I had some other commitments and to get home from college thing. I didn't know if I was going to have the time to be able to give the pledge code everything it deserved. So that's part of why I ran for professional chair. I ran for professional chair because I thought that would be a great way to give back to the pledge class in a way because I knew that I probably wasn't going to be the best pledge just because of my other time commitments. So that went really well. That was a really awesome part about the quarter. And so it was just really cool being able to give that and put that work into it because I knew I wasn't going to be able to be there at every meeting and I would have to miss stuff. So I wanted to make sure I contributed something tangible. Beyond that, as with every pledge where you really bond with your pledge brothers. I'm sure everyone will probably talk about this in their video if they were there, but the grilled cheese incident. It's kind of disappointing that it was so unsuccessful, but that night was honestly, I think, the night I realized that, it was more than a club, it was a fraternity. Which again sounds so corny, but it's true. And we all really bonded, and I got to know everyone a lot better who was there, and it was just a great way to kind of ensure that we started hanging out more outside of the meetings and the missions. I guess this was technically part of SCP. It kind of bonded us, and I think it made us friends beyond just SCP. So I know it definitely took that to the next level. Beyond that, just the whole quarter in general, it was a great experience. I think that I wish I had more time to give into it because I truly believe the pledge quarter, the more you put in, the more you get out. So I kind of wish I could have done more work, and I feel bad for the things I wasn't able to do and some of my shortcomings as a pledge. But I did my best in considering the circumstances, and I really tried to do the professional event and things like that. So yeah, overall, I'm really glad I joined this organization. I think that I probably wouldn't have met a lot of the people in it if it wasn't for this, and I couldn't imagine not knowing them because it's just awesome to be around such smart, creative people. At UCLA, you're around a lot of smart people all the time. But you're not always around like driven smart people. People who are just like you're around a lot of people who are just like, oh, I think I'm smart, so I'm just gonna like kind of skate by my schoolwork and chill, but they don't realize that just because you get a degree doesn't mean you have a job or do something worthwhile with your life. So I think that the people in SCP are a lot more driven in that way, and those are the kind of people I want to surround myself with. So it means a lot to me to be, to have gotten to know all these people so well, you know. So yeah, just Sponge in general. I really enjoyed doing the interviews, and I regret that I wasn't able to finish all of them. But getting to know, after every interview, I found like there's always something you didn't expect. I feel like everyone here is kind of like is like I knew everyone was pretty talented and interesting, but like when you get to like sit down with someone, you realize that's a whole other level, and you hear stories and things that you just like wouldn't know at first glance, you know. And I think that it's just a really cool group, you know, and hopefully that one I get to be part of. And yeah, so definitely looking back on it and how I felt when it first started, really didn't know what to expect, and I think it exceeded my mysterious expectations. You know, it was great, and I'm really proud and honored to, have gone through the experience. So thank you, everyone. Hope you enjoyed.